Good morning, everybody. I'm unable to hear Donna, but I'm glad to see Donna this morning. And if we and as we are broadcasting, we're delighted. As soon as she comes in, we'll be happy, of course, to have our host here. We are excited this morning because we are having Career Day here at Oakwood University. And this is a big event with career specialists and career vendors and job opportunities and graduate schools and all of the others showing up. And it's being held in the Eva B. Dykes Library, and it's being quarterbacked by our own Jorge Bartholomew. Good morning, Mr.
Good
Bartholomew.
morning, Dr. Pollard,
Man, you,
Audrey,
you
Dawn.
look beautiful. You look
Thank
beautiful.
you,
I
sir.
love the jacket and the combination. It's that 125th year celebration look that you have on.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're grateful that you are here, and we're grateful to be here on Inside Oakwood, where we actually share with our audiences all the wonderful things that are happening at Oakwood that can be of benefit to them and to their families and to their children. So, Jorge, tell us about the career fair today. You and I are going to be together probably for about 10 more minutes or so because you really got to get right back to the space. But tell us about what's going to be happening today in the Eva B. Dykes Library.
So today in the Eva B. Dykes Library, we are having our annual career fair. Normally we have in Blake Center, but due to the pandemic, we had to find another location. And of course, the library has just been renovated. It
Yes.
is spacious. It is very well lit up. Organizations, we have 13 organizations here on our campus this morning. Several employers made us aware that because of the pandemic, then the travel is still restricted to.
Yes.
Have wanted to have the opportunity for those that wanted to visit our campus to be here.
Yes. And per what you just said, I mean, the those who are coming are socially distanced, and we're conducting it in a COVID friendly and a COVID safe way, aren't we, George?
Correct.
Oh,
Correct.
wow.
And mask is required for everyone. So yes.
Beautiful. So could you tell our audience a little bit about just a few of the people who are here today and what they'll be doing? You mentioned a few already, but could you mention some more?
You know, Amazon is getting ready to build new facilities here in Huntsville. So they're here recruiting. Also the FBI. The FBI is preparing to hire our student for the workforce in the new facility that's being held here at the Redstone Arsenal. The state of Alabama Department of Human Resources, Alabama A&M is here recruiting for the graduate school. Also, Oakwood University graduate program is here recruiting. The University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa is also here recruiting for its various graduate programs.
So George, why are these kinds of events important? The university could simply say, well, we're here to educate you, and after you graduate, you know exactly what you want to do, and we will leave that to you. But why are we doing this? What is the benefit to students as this kind of as these kinds of resources are invested into this important activity?
It provides students the ability of knowing prior to graduation what is next, instead of waiting for graduation, saying, man, what shall I do next? The opportunity, employers and graduate schools are looking to provide the students the future, and the future does not begin tomorrow, it begins today. So the opportunity is being prepared today. In order for them to enter to learn and depart to serve, they must have something to serve to. So that's why the career fair is important. Enter to learn, depart to serve.
And I'm excited by what you're doing, George. And we've been doing this for decades, haven't we? But it has changed across a number of years. How have you seen it change? Because I remember back in the 90s, you being a part of this kind of activity. How has it changed as we do it in the 21st century?
One of the biggest changes, especially with the pandemic, is that a lot of things are going virtual. You know, interviews, visiting organizations, and some organizations are even having to create environments where normally people don't go to work, like working from home or very other location. Technology has made it possible now for us to even Zoom as we speak. So things have changed. Our environment has changed. Organizations are looking for young men and women that know how to interact with other individuals of various genders. As you see our environment and the things how are changing, individuals from various backgrounds, as we move into this cultural change that we're also dealing with.
Wow, well that is true, and it's really a challenge for young people to get on board with these new sets of expectations as well as institutions, isn't it?
Correct.
Jorge, a question that I have, we started about 3 or 4 years ago, we started our career pathways preparation. And of course, the Career Connection Center, which is what you direct now, was a direct outgrowth of the career pathways work that we were doing. As you prepare students and as you talk to employers, could you name 2 or 3 things that employers are looking for from our students as they think about employing them? Can you think of 1 or 2 or 3 things that you hear this from them? They're looking for this kind of quality, skill, competency, etc. What are you hearing?
Employers are saying, we know that you have the educational background. Now, do you have the skill to interact with other individuals from various backgrounds? Because we know Oakwood is a fine institution. Oakwood has the educational background that is provided. But now, do you have the tools to interact with our customers? Are you going to help us maintain our customers, or are you going to distract our customers and go somewhere else? Those are skills that employers are now beginning to realize that they need. The education is there, the academic background is there, but now they're stepping outside of the box.
So you've described, as I hear you, you've described the interpersonal effectiveness that employers are looking for in students today, the ability to work with individuals, customers, from a variety of backgrounds. Could you say a little bit about the background piece, from a variety of backgrounds, right?
Yes. We're looking at the LGBTQ group. We're looking at minorities, African American, Asians. Whether you speak their language or not, are you still able to communicate and assist them in getting into what needs to get done? When we look, because of the pandemic, when we look at the medical area, individuals are having to decide, do I really want to continue being a nurse, a doctor, and dealing with individuals that don't want to take this vaccine?
Mm-hmm. So let's say I'm a nursing student and I'm meeting someone who doesn't want to take the vaccine. What employers are looking for, if I hear you correctly, they're looking for somebody who can effectively interface with that person, whether that person would want the vaccine, that's your example, or not want the vaccine. Is that correct?
Correct. That's correct.
All right. Well, I've just been sitting here listening and enjoying all the conversations and getting all this great information about the career fair. And did I hear that it is open to the public, or is it just for our students? Okay, so anybody can come to the career fair today and take advantage of all the opportunities that may be there for them.
That's correct. That's part of Oakwood mission, and that is assisting also the public in getting to areas that they may not be aware of that is possible. Amazon is not looking just for Oakwood students. They're looking for the community as a whole. The FBI is here. They are also looking at the community. And one of the places that they're starting are at the various local universities. And that's why they're here on our campus this morning.
Well, that's wonderful. And it's going to be getting started at 9 a.m. this morning. And it's going to be at the library?
Yes, the Eva B. Dykes Library. We're having it. It's also historic because, the Eva B. Dykes Library is named after the first African-American woman in the United States to get her PhD. So this is a great location. The library has been renovated. And if it's been a while since you've been to the library, this is a perfect day for you to come and check the library out.
So we usually have a lot of, and you've talked about it already, a lot of different employers there. Do you have any information on how often or how many of our students have actually received jobs as a participant in attending the career fairs? that we have?
At the moment, at the top of my head, I can't share that information, but many students benefit from the opportunity. And not just job, they get into graduate school, they get into internships. So this is where it all begins.
Wow, this is great, Dr. Pollard. And we have a few more minutes. We want to talk about the career fair. Anything else that we want to bring into this discussion?
Well, I think what's important for George is, as he's getting started, we want to invite, of course, all of our students who may be listening. This is a great opportunity, even if you're not ready, students, to graduate this year. Making those contacts and establishing those networks becomes very important for when you do graduate, when you do leave, whether it's graduating into the workplace or graduating into graduate school, or here's a third one, even entrepreneurship, right? So even entrepreneurship, 1, 2, 3, we've got 3 different avenues that students can take, but it all begins with making contacts, and every one of those that I've just mentioned requires the ability to interface effectively with a variety of publics in the modern world. Would you agree, George? Would you agree?
Yes, definitely. And this is open whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Don't wait for tomorrow. The opportunity to find out, for example, some of the graduate schools are offering fellowships. You need to come in, find out what they have to offer, what are the deadlines, what do you need to do in order to get ready for them.
Amen.
All right, Dr. Pollard, you want to wrap it up for us as we head over to the career fair?
Yeah, we invite you, of course, and I'm especially focused on our students taking advantage of these opportunities as early as possible. And the career fair is a great service that is hosted at the university's expense with the interests of those who are looking for placement to get an opportunity to make those connections. When I think about where Huntsville is going across the next 10 to 15 years, with all the employers who are moving in, Amazon, Facebook, the FBI, the expansion of Redstone Arsenal, and all of the affiliated job and work opportunities there, we've got a great city and a great opportunity, and we just want to do our part to make sure that we bring the best citizens to the workplace to keep our city moving forward.
Thank you, Dr. Pollard. And we thank you both for being with us today. And join us again next week for another edition of Inside Oakwood with Dr. Leslie Pollard, where we'll get some great information about what's happening inside our campus. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time, Dr. Pollard.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.